Fresh up the frying pan into the fire. I guess I got 4 more till a nigga retire.
So your latest album you just put out, 205 Collins Avenue. That's the name of it, correct?
Yep.
All right, I ain't want to fuck it up.
That's right. That's right.
You just dropped this what? Ah, shit.
Friday.
Okay, I was about to say it was just like you just dropped it.
9/17. My wife's birthday.
And that was another reason I wanted to reach out to you, because I was like, he just about to drop some shit.
I need this run. I need this little promo run. This is appreciative for that.
I mean, talk to me about the album, brother. I listened to it as best I could and shit. You know what I mean? I was still trying to listen to all your yo.
And I just dropped Lost Chapters like a month ago.
And I listen.
Yeah.
His catalog,
Lost Chapters 2.0 and 2.1.
Just from what I could find on like Apple, this motherfucker got 15 albums, about 30 singles and EPs total.
In total, yeah.
Bruh, that's a catalog.
Yeah. I don't even count no more.
I mean, ain't no point.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
But what is the concept? What is 205 Collins Avenue? What is that? I mean, I'm guessing that's down Miami, right?
Yeah, it's Miami.
Okay.
And I make wine, so I ain't made wine. I haven't put it out in a couple years, but I got this wine called Taste of Collins. That's what it's called.
You make wine?
Yeah, I make wine. Yeah, I know how to make wine.
At your house?
Yeah, in my crib. Yeah, I know how to make it. Yeah. I used to buy the wine kits and shit like that. Now, I don't know how to make it from like scratch when you go in the tree and get it, but I understand the concept.
Okay.
But I do know how to use the like the wine kits. I mean, let me not say I don't know how to. I just don't have a vineyard.
Right.
But but I understand the concept. Yeah, I understand the concept.
If you did.
Yeah, so I know.
Right.
If you need muscat grapes to make Moscato, and you know you need to go to Cali or fucking Martha's Vineyard up that way. You know, cold air that way, nice weather on the west. So you gotta get places where the temperatures stay at like that 75, 60 degrees. In the basement, the shit gotta be below 70. You can't make no fucking wine because it's not gonna ferment. You know what I'm saying? I know this shit.
I don't know. You educating us.
Yeah. And ironically, wine doesn't necessarily match with Collins because Collins is fucking cement, palm trees on some parts, and then South Beach is relatively close.
Okay, bro, I ain't gonna front. I've been many places. One place I ain't never been is Miami.
Miami. So I'm gonna tell you.
All right, so please give me the like I said, the whole thing with the concept, the name of it, the album.
To me, Miami for a Baltimore nigga or female it's the first escape before you gotta get a passport.
Right.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's the first escape. It's the first escape into palm trees. Palm trees. That's crazy. That was the name of one of my songs.
Yeah.
Palm trees, the beach, like the more high-end lifestyle, right? We all thought high-end lifestyle was New York when we grew up. We all thought it was New York. We thought it was Cali. But when you really go there and you really from here, when everywhere you turn and it ain't no gangs, it ain't no shootouts, it ain't no everything look nice. Ain't no alleys, and if it's an alley, it ain't got no drug needles, it ain't got no white tops, blue tops, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Shit it's unique. So when a nigga got child support, been locked up and can't go and get a passport, that's the first place you might want to go.
I hear you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And females can go to Miami, and it's not no disrespect to them, but females can really, like 2 or 3 females can go to Miami. Y'all can grab a nice little joint, split the cost. You don't need a car. You can catch an Uber. You can walk. You can do, because if you catch a fucking cab in Miami, that shit is high as fuck.
Okay.
So I don't even think people do that no more.
All right.
But the aesthetic was 205 Collins Avenue is the name of the actual hotel that me and my wife had posted up in, and we was going to actually stay there, but it wasn't close enough to everything I wanted to do. So Blanccara is next to the Big Pink, which is like a food spot. So because my wine was named Collins, Taste of Collins, because that's where I got it from the first time I went to Miami, maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
So I named my wine because I felt like everything people do in Miami is swanky as fuck. Like,
right.
Even if you
That's
broke,
a good way to put it, swanky.
Everything. Even if you broke, Miami make you feel like you not broke.
Okay.
It just make you feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I named it that, and I was going through some shit at the time of making the album. So I said, I told my wife, pack all your. No, I said don't pack shit. I'm all your clothes. We gonna get that shit. I got it. You don't gotta worry about nothing. Tell me what colors you wanna wear. Tell me what kind of shit you wanna wear. Sneakers you wanna wear. What you wanna do? T-shirts. It's your birthday. I'm a surprise. It's a surprise. Just know we going. But it's during COVID, so she didn't want to really fly. So I had to act like we going to drive. And then I told her, like, the day her birthday came, that's why the album came out on her birthday.
Okay.
So I basically set the tone and everything that I say in the album. So when it comes on, I'm telling people I'm coming for everything. But then I tell you, we pulling up, we going to, Miami, don't pack shit, I got you. I'm going to make this happen. And then basically everything that happened on the trip, all the shit I was thinking about, why the reason I went to Miami and I took her away from everything and we got away from shit because we needed to escape. So that album is really my escape from shit that I was going through and dealing with and really living life and being able to pick and pinpoint shit that's happening. So each individual song is something that was happening at that time and made me feel a way to make a song about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's only, and I don't make albums more than 10 songs no more. So most of my albums, once I'm done this last run, I got one more album. And then after that, I may go back into 10 plus or whatever I feel. But I got one more album that's probably less than 10 songs. And then after that, I'll be back to whatever. But I would probably take more time at this point.
All right. Yeah. You got the Penthouse Talk podcast.
Yep.
Where did this come from? Where did the idea, the creation, what's the meaning behind the Penthouse Talk name, all of those things?
This is actually like my third podcast I did. I mean, I try to consistently, like when I start something, I try not to stop.
Okay.
So my first one, I was doing it with my, it was 4 of us that did it at first. So we had a podcast called Digital Coffee Beans. And, when you got more than one person, you had creative differences. So
right.
That's the only
Scheduling
reason.
conflicts.
Scheduling, what you call it, like, not creation, but, I don't know how, I'm trying to find
everybody ideas.
Yeah, ideas clash.
Yeah.
And not always for bad reasons. So, and sometimes when you do shit, sometimes it's great to do stuff with your friends sometimes, and sometimes it's good to do stuff with people that's only business. And I think sometimes when business and friends clash, it created a situation that I just wish going into it, we thought about it more. We just kind of we dove in, and then we did like 52 weeks. We had like basically a whole year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went in. We had a good ass podcast.
Oh man.
So we had creative differences and just like regular shit that happens between people, when it's multiple people. So that's really the only reason it ended.
Yeah.
And honestly, that made me sour to podcasts.
Okay.
I didn't listen to podcasts for like 2 to 3 years.
Well, I'm gonna even say this when you were talking about business and friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 2 things I do not like to mix.
Yeah, you don't want.
I don't like to mix it with friends or with family.
Yeah, friends. I should have said family, but that's why I said business because sometimes when you do business shit, it's just business.
Yeah.
So ain't no feelings, no nothing, nobody gets offended.
It's already understood from the get go.
Yep. Yep.
Like I got a homeboy that do realty. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I was looking for a house, was gonna try to sell a house or whatever.
Yep.
Could have went and fucked with him, but rather not. This man is my brother. Like,
yeah, you don't want no bad energy between y'all. Yeah.
Nope. I'm not trying to let no dollar amount, motherfucker, fuck up my love for this man. You know what I mean?
I can relate. I did the same thing when I wanted to pick my house, yo.
Yeah.
Same thing. I felt the same way. That's respect.
And that's just one example. You know what I mean? There's plenty other examples. Yeah. It's just like, yo, I'm not willing to fuck up my love for you.
It ain't worth it.
Over no fucking money, yo.
Yeah. It ain't worth it because even just in a scenario, even though we may all be cordial in the scenario, it's like, yo, this shit put a strain on all of the relationships between us intertwined.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that shit it's unnecessary, but at the same time it happened.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? We supposed to be able to get through shit and go through shit and grow through shit. So I used to see Joe Budden post this podcast. I used to see it Taxstone. Nigga, I ain't listened to podcasts for like 2-3 years. Then one day I woke up and I said, yo, maybe it's just time for me to do my own shit.
Okay.
And then I woke up and I started doing it. But then when I be wanting to do guests, sometimes with the guests, that shit get a little funky because sometimes people are introverts, some people extroverts, some people, they may not really be into podcasts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They might like the video. They might not like they might just want to do audio. And so, like, trying to figure out who it is. So sometimes it's kind of like the person, to me, not to say I don't choose the person that's popping.
Okay.
I choose the person that's like, I like choosing personable people. So I like choosing people I don't really gotta chase down. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
you know
that.
What I'm saying? I don't pick people that I gotta chase down.
Yeah.
I don't pick people that I really have a personal like for. I choose, like, if I do a podcast with God, I do it because it's kind of like, if I know you're on a promo run, we gonna talk our shit.
Right.
If I know, like, my friend write a book, I'm gonna support it.
Yeah, let's promote this.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just those kind of things. So,
okay.
Yeah. And then once I did the second podcast for my radio, I had it intertwined in my radio station. It was a little bit too much for me to handle.
You still got a radio station?
I had one, but I'm about to bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like the podcast to play automatically versus me having to keep telling people every week, yo, the new podcast drop. I don't gotta do that with the radio station. You can just click on the app and it's gonna play at a certain time. You know what I mean? So that's how we arrived at Penthouse Talk.
Okay.
Because when we was doing the podcast, I'm thinking we winning because we got people listening to it from the actual app that the podcast was recorded
Okay.
through, and we got people through Apple and SoundCloud. We was posting it like 3 places. We thinking we doing something.
Okay.
We thinking we doing something.
Okay.
I discovered once I started doing my own podcast that I could use a different platform, and now my podcast is in like probably 23 places or some shit like that.
Diversified like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
so I don't just do, it ain't just Apple no more.
Yeah.
I got Deezer, I think it's Deezer, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spotify, it's hella TuneIn.
Pretty much any platform that they do streaming now.
Yeah,
and I mean, that's the way you gotta do it.
Yep, and that's how we arrived here. Just like trial and error, and then mastering.
Right.
My whole thing with life is mastering. I learned that shit from Nipsey. You don't just make shit just to make it. You know what I'm saying?
God bless the dead, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, yo. Damn. What came up with why the name Penthouse Talk?
I got this thing, Fab said it all the time. Like, sometimes you don't beat people to the punch. He had this song called Level. He had I forget what mixtape it was. I think it's Summertime Shootout 2. And he say level up a lot of times in that.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he was heavy on that back then. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but prior to I named my record label, it went from PMG Records. And then one day I woke up and I was like, yo, once the podcast ended and everything, I kind of was moving into it, but then I was like, yo, rap is just bigger than rap. Music is bigger than just rapping and singing.
Right.
And DJing too. So, no, rapping and singing. That's when Quintel was like, yo, you probably should start fucking with the DJ shit since you make beats.
Right.
So then he was like, yo, I was making merch, but I didn't know how to make it to the extent of how he did his. So I learned from him kind of how to make mine appeal more with what I make. So my hats, like, so if you see me and I got the Japiro Penthouse hat, I changed my record label from PMG Records to Japiro Penthouse, which for branding purposes, that's how we got the Penthouse Talk.
Makes motherfucking perfect sense now. Okay.
Penthouse Radio is the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Penthouse Talk is the podcast. Japiro Penthouse is the record label. So Japiro Penthouse is the highest part of the hierarchy. Radio is here. The podcast is on the other side. And then all the artists that feature or are part of the brand are New Wave and 629 ENT are all under the umbrella of Japiro Penthouse.
Under the Japiro Penthouse conglomerate.
The conglomerate. So if you see anybody that say New Wave, that means that they Staff C, which is Gutter side, or they on Ray Victory Music side.
Okay.
So it's New Wave is me, Gutter, Ray Vic, Ronnie Roll Up, MJ. And it could be Nearly Boys depending on how it works. So my son's little branch off into certain shit.
Okay.
So certain shit come with Nearly Boys attached to it, just depending on who the person is.
Okay.
If they real close to the family, it might say Nearly Boys. But if they really only rap shit, it's gonna probably be New Wave or it'll say Japiro Penthouse on it. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm asking that about the name of it because
I just see the top floor. That's I don't see it no other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm even saying just in any name.
Yeah.
Whether it's Penthouse, my shit hip hop's biggest fan, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever anybody doing.
The name is everything.
And I had to say to somebody before, like, yo, is that name gonna be relevant 10 years from now? Is it still gonna mean the same, rather than you using some faddish name, like, you know what I mean, something that's just of this little time and space that we in right now, that is a popping word or vernacular or whatever phrase. That shit's gonna be that in 10 years?
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta come up with something timeless that's always gonna be relevant.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I wanted to ask that fucking question.
Yeah. Who don't like the Penthouse? Like, who don't want to be in the Penthouse?
You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? Who don't want to be there? And then it look good on clothes. Like when you put the shit on clothes, it's gonna always. The only discrepancy I have is because of the magazine. So I can't just say Penthouse. So I mean, when you come to the crib, I might say welcome to the Penthouse, or when you come to the studio, I might say welcome to the Penthouse. But we know it just means it's the place, it's the spot.
Well, the Penthouse you talking about, bro? We're talking about the magazine.
Yeah,
that's ass and titties. And shit.
So like that shit. So whenever you say it, it's gonna always feel good, no matter when you say it, because it's like, all right, welcome to the Penthouse. Niggas be like, oh yeah, I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn.
All the shit on my mind can make a nigga break. Always real shit you feel and I ain't never fake. And seldom I meditate to keep my mind at ease. It's a Scorpio trait to wear my heart on my sleeve.